Hi, it's Travis White with a Persuasive Communication Tip of the Week. Most of my clients are in business-to-business industries. I do have some in the business-to-consumer industries, and I'm often asked about what's the difference between the two, how would you structure communications, how would your communication strategy differ if you're in the business-to-business, B2B, versus the business-to-consumer, B2C world. Let me sketch out two fundamental differences that will affect your communication program. And the first is, when does the benefit occur? In B2C industries, the benefit often occurs at the same time as the purchase decision. So if I buy a pair of running shoes, I put on those running shoes and I immediately get the benefit, I can run faster. If I buy a soda pop, I drink the soda pop and I immediately get the benefit, I have a lot of sugar in my body and I wake up, or I quench my thirst, those kinds of things. The business to consumer decision and the benefit are often wrapped up very closely in time. Oftentimes, business to business, on the other hand, the benefit is delivered long after the purchase decision is made. And certainly I worked in enterprise software, and we would sell the software, the company would buy it, and it might be many months, it might be a year or even 18 months before they got the benefit of that purchase because it took that long to implement the software. So how does that change your communications on the business to business side? You have to have much more information about your company, because one of the questions the customer will be asking is, will this company be around to deliver the benefit in 6 months or 12 months or 18 months? Do they have the financial wherewithal to implement the software and to deliver the benefit? I'll make the purchase decision today, but I know I won't get the benefit of that decision for many, many months. So tell me more about the company. Tell me about the financial strengths of the company. Tell me that the company will exist to deliver the benefit. Very different than a B2C type of decision. The other fundamental difference is the number of deciders. In the B2C world, most often the decider is an individual person. If I want to buy some running shoes, I'm the decider. If I want to buy a soda pop, I'm the decider. If I want to buy a car, my wife is the decider. But there's still only a couple of people involved in the big decision. All right? On the B2B side, business to business, very much different. In fact, there's multiple buying influences, and the one that I like to use is one that was created by a consulting company called Miller Hyman quite a few years ago. And they said for most business-to-business purchase decisions, there's at least 3 different buying influences. There's the user buyer, the technical buyer, and the financial buyer. The user buyer is the person who actually uses, in my case, the software, who actually uses the product. And I often would make friends with the users, and I like to pitch the users, and I would like to say, the users really love our stuff. Problem with that is users have no power in the decision. They have very little influence on what actually gets purchased. So you think about the technical buyer. Technical buyer is often, in my case again software, is in the IT department. And that person is the person by definition that can say no, but can't say yes. They can say, no, your software doesn't fit our enterprise architecture. No, your software doesn't fit our standards. Therefore, you cannot sell it here. But if you do meet the enterprise architecture, if you do meet the standards, that person can't say, yes, we'll buy it. Here's the check. Here's the money. Let's go. All right? Who can actually say yes? It's the financial buyer. And that person is the person, again, by definition, who can write the check, who can release the funds to make the decision to purchase the software or the other products that you might be selling. So that person, often in the finance department, will want a different kind of information than the user buyer or the technical buyer. So as you think about your business-to-business marketing and communications, you need to have messages for all 3 of those audiences. You need to have messages for the user buyer. What's it like to use the software? How will we train you? How will we support you? How will we help you? Technical buyer, what are the technical details of our software? What are the technical details of our product? Does it fit with your solution or not, with your architecture and with your standards? For the financial buyer, obviously it's a business kind of information communication. You want to talk about what the return on investment will be, what the internal rate of return will be, all of those kinds of things, the net present value and so forth. So it's a more complicated communication strategy than in the B2C world, where it's often an emotional decision made by one person. So think about, when does the benefit occur, and think about how many decision makers are there. That will help you guide your communication strategy in the B2C or the B2B world. So that's a Persuasive Communication Tip of the Week. See you again next week.